So what is taking place here? Well, let's look at the coloration of the cells. They're somewhat neutral. Okay, so right now the banks are not aggressively positioned in either direction, either short or long. How's it going, fellow traders? Magic Trader here. Welcome back to another Sunday edition where we're going to examine the latest positions held by the institutions based on the CFTC data that just came out on Friday. So here's a brief snapshot of the positions held by the banks as of that date. And let's start by taking a look at gold. Here we are. Welcome back, guys. Nice to have you back. We're looking at gold here, and we recently posted in our Telegram channel something very peculiar that is taking place. So back in April, we had gold reaching the 260, 250 area with long positions. I told you they were going to start taking profits because the banks were already starting to take profits on the euro. And so that helped fuel a move to the downside with gold. So you can see the profit taking, a reduction from 260s down to the 220s. What have they been doing recently? They've been increasing them again. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Go over to the chart. Here's profit taking from long positions. Now they're increasing them again. And now price is pausing. So what is taking place here? Well, let's look at the coloration of the cells. They're somewhat neutral. Okay, so right now the banks are not aggressively positioned in either direction, either short or long. They are neutral. And this is important to recognize because if you want to get into a position and you want this position to move in your direction, you need the momentum of the banks to be behind you. If there's no momentum, then the chances of the trade working out are very slim. So when we see the sentiment being neutral, that means they're not focused on any direction, which means we shouldn't be focused on any direction. What I can tell you is that when you take a look at the charts, we have new area of demand that was created here. And we got pretty much a lot of ranging that has been taking place for quite some time. So, you know, supply just broke, demand can break, price can go lower. We're looking at the euro, and there seems to be a lot of indications pointing in the direction of the downside. So we do have a somewhat of a bias here. It is to the downside, but like I said, everything is neutral here. Okay, so if there is a move to the downside, it's going to be highly unpredictable. Meaning it could drop, but it could take a very unpredictable route to get there. Okay, it can go straight down, it could pause, go up. We don't know exactly which route it's going to take. So I would rather just sit on the sidelines and not trade gold. Now, if we look at retail traders, we can see that 52% of their position is geared to the long side. Okay, geared to the long side. And so they're not really in any specific direction with the retail as well. They're not heavily long, they're not heavily short. So it's best to just sit on the sidelines when it comes to gold. Oil. We had price contact demand, which we mentioned a long time ago. And what happens when price enters demand? Usually, we get a move to the upside. So you can see the buying that came in here on demand, and it pushed price to the upside. Now, if we take a look at the coloration of the cells here, we can see that they are somewhat neutral. A little bit more bullish just recently, but we went from bullish to neutral to bearish. I'd say we're more in a neutral phase right now. So it's not a time to be trading oil as well, okay? Colorations of the cells for longs are cooled off. They used to be somewhat aggressive for shorts. That's what got price down here. Now it's becoming cooled off, right? So no strong direction means we move along and don't bother to even trade it. US dollar. So longs have been cooled off for quite some time, as you can see. And just recently they started to add back into their shorts. Now remember, shorts are less than longs, right? but the average size for shorts is 10,000. They're at 15. So they're getting aggressive. That's what caused price to get down here. All right. Now, we still haven't hit this demand zone that we have mapped out here, and that's a target that we had placed for price to continue lower until it contacted demand. But the interesting thing is when we take a look at the euro, it's already contacted its supply. And so there's a chance that price isn't going to get down here on the dollar. If we take a look at the coloration of the cells, we can see that they were neutral, 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 a little bit bullish here, and going back to neutral. Once again, banks don't have a very strong bias in any direction, so it's not a good time to jump on board and trade the dollar. So let's go over to the Aussie. Again, shorts have been the main player for quite some time. Recently, they were quite aggressive with shorts. They dropped them, became a little bit more aggressive again, dropped them, and now lately they've been adding back to their shorts. And now we see the bearish pressure coming into play here. So remember, we still have demand right here that was contacted. So we should pay attention to that because that is what's caused it to rally up slightly. Even though they are aggressively coming in with short positions, we can see that it's just sitting sideways. All right, so no strong bias there. If we take a look at the positions held by the retail traders, 73% of their position is long, right? Which is probably the reason why price is dropping right now. And it'll probably continue in the coming weeks. And retail will continue to add to their long positions as price drops against them. Okay, I'm not trading Aussie at this time. I don't see a good trade setup, so I move along. US CAD, look at that. We used to be bullish with CAD, with their sentiment. Now it's somewhat bearish, okay? And that's interesting because we're contacting demand, and the pressure has been to the upside. Look at the coloration of the cells for longs. Cooled off. They used to be aggressive, not anymore. They're slightly more aggressive with shorts, but nothing really, anything that interests me. We got demand in play. Very good chance that we see a push to the upside, short term. And that's what we're going to be watching for. Is it a good trade setup? I don't see a good trade setup here for a long position. Okay, so I'm just waiting because I believe there's going to be some clarity in the direction of price, but it's not yet. Okay, when there's more clarity with the positions held by the banks and the sentiment that they hold, then I'll jump in. But for the time being, there's nothing here. We had a downside target here. Okay, we had upside target here, which we hit. And then we had a downside target here, which we hit. Now I don't have any more targets on the chart because anything can happen at this point. So I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and let the banks show their cards. Retail traders at 59% long right now, okay? And price has been dropping. So maybe they'll start switching it to shorts. Don't know. But it doesn't really matter at this point because there's no guarantees on any type of move, okay? My bias is move to the upside. We'll see how that pans out. US Swiss. Longs cooled off, shorts cooled off, long and short percentages, sentiment somewhat bullish at this point, okay? We got a really nice drop in price. Institutional supply was created right here. We can definitely, in the next coming weeks, see a move to the upside, maybe contact that supply zone, and then maybe a bigger move to the downside. Who knows? But move to the upside short term, definitely decent odds with that. All right, when we look at retail traders, they're maxed out on longs, 86%. This is a signal, guys and gals. This is a good signal that price is going to start moving higher, okay? Because what I bet's going to happen is they're going to start shifting their longs to shorts, and then that's when we're going to see that move to the upside, okay? So just watch for that in the weeks to come. Euro. They started taking profits on their long positions just as I had told you they would, which caused a move to the downside. Then they contacted some demand. They pushed price up. Where did they push price up? Right into institutional supply. You see the supply zone being contacted? Yes. So the next forecasted move is a move to the downside, but we need them to start closing off long positions first. And they are starting to do that. With a drop from 264 down to 250, they're starting to show us the signs that they're taking profits on those long positions. All right, so let's take a look at what retail traders are. Retail traders are 57% short and 43% long, okay? Nothing aggressive there. If they start to increase their long positions, that's what we would like to see, because the banks need to offload those long positions to somebody, and it's going to be the retail traders that are going to pick up on those positions. All right, so let's move along. Pound, they've reached 135,000 on their longs. Guess what? They start to profit take, a drop down to 105 as price was contacting supply. So pressure to the downside in the weeks to come. And but bottom line is, let's look at sentiment. It is bullish, yes, because that's how price got all the way up into supply. All right, it's not bullish meaning I want to buy, because they reached maximum size 135,000. That was an all-time maximum large size mega position that they've ever held in the history of holding positions to the long side. That's the biggest, 135. So chances are more profit taking will fuel a move to the downside. Okay, no targets on this one, because again, it's going to be an unpredictable ride. This is the bias, a move to the downside, but we don't know exactly how it's going to get there, if it indeed does get there. High odds it will, but we'll watch and see. 56% retail traders are short. 56%. And they're probably going to be switching those shorts to longs as the weeks roll on. So we'll see as that plays out. Beautiful call here. Okay. Beautiful call. This was our upside target. It got reached. Then we said they were going to start taking profits on long positions, which would fuel a move to the downside. And take a look. You see, this is what happens when they profit take on long positions. It causes a drop in price, and that's what we got. A drop in price. Look at shorts. Are they focusing on shorts? What do you think? Are they focusing on shorts? They've been blue, cooled off for quite some time, all right? And now they're in the process of taking profits on their long positions. So it's not a good time to be accumulating a position with the US dollar Japanese yen. We'll just sit on the sidelines and watch as it plays out. When something is high odds, then we'll get involved. Right now, retail traders, 59% of them are short. Okay, 59% of their overall positions are short. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they start switching those shorts to longs, and then we see price decline, or they switch those longs, those shorts into longs, or longs into shorts, and then we see price rally up. Since there's a bias that the euro is going to drop, likely the dollar is going to get stronger, and that would be putting bullish pressure on this one here. All right, last but not least, we got the Kiwi. Take a look at that. Longs cooled off, shorts, nothing there, blah, and sentiment neutral. Okay, for quite some time. And when you look at the charts, there's nothing good here to trade, okay? Supply was removed, price could drop. We have a bias that price is going to drop only because what the euro is doing, gold, and what we suspect the dollar is going to do. But that's pretty much it, okay? Kiwi, most traders are long right now, which they probably will continue to add to those longs, and then we'll see this drop in the weeks to come. All right, ladies and gents, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice session, nice, beautiful, sweet, and short. But we covered it all, the major markets. If you want more, www.whiteoakfx.com. Come and join our Telegram channel. We just keep on growing. More students, more people, more analysis. We just continue to grow, and I'm very happy to see you guys putting your faith and trust in what we do here. And hope to see you around too. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.